the opportunities of the Renters' Rights Bill for letting agents. Today, I'm joined by the awesome Julie Ford, who is a letting agency consultant. She helps letting and estate agency be better agents and grow their businesses. Julie, what are the opportunities of the Renters' Rights Bill for letting agents? Talk to me.
There are lots of opportunities for letting agents under the Renters' Rights Bill coming in.
So how many points have you got on this one?
I've got 5 today.
Okay, then so what's number one?
The first one is self-manage with confidence. Now that sounds like you're trying to get the landlords to go away and self-manage. But under the Renters' Rights Bill, there are going to be so many compliances that landlords will now have to be part of. The redress scheme, the database and everything else. They may not want an agent fully managing because obviously the additional costs of that. But if you could have something like maybe a 20 or 30 pound a month subscription where they know that you're managing all of that behind the scenes rubbish for them, that could be an additional income stream that doesn't actually give you as the agent too much admin to do.
Number two.
The decent home standard. This is where I think agents could make a killing if they get it right. Properties are going to have to be up to the decent home standards and AWAB's law that's coming in under the bill. Now, when you go out and do your valuations, we all do it. We go out with the valuation pack. We've already got an idea of what the property is going to be worth. We have that conversation. We try and convince the landlord and we're off. We're out of there in about 20 minutes. If we had some kind of software, and a lot of the inventory softwares at the moment can be adapted for this, you could have like a tick box of is the home up to decent home standard. Landlords could pay for that, let's say 50 quid, but if they sign up with the agent, they get that off the fees. So there's that payback. And then the landlord has got this document knowing of all the things that they might need to do to the property to get it up to standard. Or of course, they could turn around to the agent and say, could your guys do that? Again, that's help with the income. So I think that's something there, getting properties up to a standard at the get-go rather than wait until the tenant's moved in and then there's a dripping tap and the light bulb, etc.
Number three.
Got to come back to rent arrears management. It really is about when the tenant is a day late and a penny short. The problem we've got with the Renters' Rights Bill is the tenant has now got to be 3 clear months in arrears with 4 weeks notice. So really landlord is 4 months in arrears before they can go to court. If an agent knows how to communicate with a tenant early, understand that that tenant may well be putting their head in the sand and have other debts out there that need to be managed, nipping that in the bud early, supporting the tenant like we talked about with mediation and things like that, would eradicate pretty much rent arrears building up to the point of having to go to court.
Of course, you've got that £1.7 billion government funding, which not a lot of you are aware of. Do go and watch that video. Number four.
Rent increases are the next one that is going to be important for letting agents. Now, at the moment, there's several ways to increase rent. One is a conversation, one is a rent increase clause, and Section 13. We know that we're only going to be increasing rent under Section 13, but also the tenant will have ample opportunity to appeal those rent increases, therefore kicking the can of the increase down the road. An agent, yes, is going to be there to issue that Section 13 notice. But I think where agents can cash in again is adding to the service by providing a document or a pack to the tenant explaining why the rent is going up. So all the things that the tenant may be able to go to appeal with already counter those in the rent increase. And again, leave the door open for negotiation, because it may be that the tenant can afford a little rent increase and a little is better than none.
Finally, number five.
Finally, number 5 is maintenance response. I think this is going to be huge, especially with the timelines being brought in by AWAB's law. Being really reactive is great, but I think being proactive is going to be more important. Those property inspections where we just walk in, have a quick look round, yeah, that's great, the tenant's still here, it's not a cannabis farm and leave. They need to be more detailed and maybe even more frequent. But also giving the opportunities again to use the communications that we have out there. What about sort of interim inspections where the tenant is walking around doing a video for you? Or if they're ringing up with an issue, rather than just saying, great, you've got a dripping tap, and then ringing the landlord, they've got a dripping tap. A bit more diagnostic with that tenant. How long has it been dripping? Is any of the other taps doing that? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Just being a bit more proactive to solve the problems rather than actually just acting on what's being said.
Julie, thank you for your time today. If you've got any other opportunities that letting agents come and get a derive from the Renters' Rights Bill, please do put them in the comments. Thank you for your time today.